Sturt kicking to the southern end. Frank Spiel against Gary Christie to start the game at Football Park. Spiel with his left hand brings it straight down. Be another bounce down. Umpire Rick Kinnear, fresh from Tuesday night. Great excitement about the umpires. Christie knocked away wide by Frost. Opportunity now for South Adelaide. Darren Kapler. Whittlesey returning to the league side today. It was a good meet by Greg Whittlesey. Comes in quickly. Opportunity for Nailey now as he gets one off hands. Had a great game Tuesday night, the little South Adelaide rover. Adrian Moschini just dropping back into the goal square, takes the mark.
Plays it on immediately. David Frost, who's playing at centre half back this afternoon, puts it out towards centre wing. Nobody there. Runs right through to Klomp area. He's at centre half forward, and we were commenting off air a little while ago that Robert Klomp is pretty fit. He'd need to be to play in that centre half forward spot. He lacks a few inches, but I tell you what, he's very, very competitive, and he does a good job in there. Spiel and Christie in ruck. Christie over the top. Painter very quick with the right boot. Didn't get much distance with the ball. Butler gets back on it for South. Playing in the back pocket. A quick kick away there. Walk, but it goes straight to Brooksby. Brooksby plays it on now to David Kapler. He goes out wide to Martin. Martin gathers well. He's looking for Troy. Troy out in front of Painter, and he'll mark quite easily.
Troy continues the South Adelaide attack up to half forward. Bennett gives him the lead. Skidding ahead of him, and the wet surface here at Football Park, seeing the ball just run out of bounds on the half forward line for South Adelaide. A couple of minutes gone, no score on the board. Some pretty efficient play considering the ground is a little bit slippery. David Frost and David Steckel. Steckel from Kangaroo Island, you know where they all come from. They call themselves Steckles. In Adelaide, where they're Stokels. Kapler in towards centre half forward. Coming out very strongly to meet that ball, Kavanagh. Nice meet of the ball. Moschini now with an opportunity as it goes to half forward. Klomp and Schneebichler. Schneebichler's got the pace. Underwood runs past. No, it's not. It's Wilmot that runs past. Well, Brooksby doesn't. He ducks his head and evades the tackle and clears back to centre half back.
Played that pretty well. Fairclough got it out to Darren Kapler. He sweeps wide towards Dewhurst, but it'll run straight past that player, and we'll have a throw in left half forward flank for South. It's a vital game. All games are vital. Sturt have won 3, lost 3. South have won 2 and lost 4. So I guess that South, on those statistics, would need to win just a little bit more than Sturt. But as I said, all games important. South have the advantage here at Football Park. They've played 9 times. South have won 6, Sturt 3. In fact, Sturt's record at Football Park in recent times has been pretty ordinary. Good kick out there by Whittlesey. Great to see him back into the side. Darren Kapler. Didn't one grab it on that occasion. Fairclough did. Got around pretty well. Put the ball out. That wasn't too good. Delina there couldn't mark the ball. Through goes Craig. Plenty of opposition, David Kapler. Delina again got the ball out. Smith, Nailey, Butler. Butler swept it wide. Martin again the chance. South just look a little bit nippier at this stage here at Football Park. Oh, good smother there by Smith. Not a terribly good kick by Martin. Smith gets back on the ball. Gets the handball out. Now that's Whittlesey. I called him incorrectly before. Whittlesey couldn't get a kick away. Smith's in there now. He'll left boot it forward. He was smothered as well by Butler, so we'll see a throw in on the outer side of the ground.
First 4 minutes of football, pretty hectic. South Adelaide showing a lot of pace. Neither team able to get clear. The ball just between the 2 half-back lines. Christie just hitting it forward very strongly. He's resting on Frank Spill's shoulder, and a free kick will be awarded to Spill. Just forward of centre wing, outer side. The wind blowing fairly strongly in towards that side of the ground. Spill goes in short, and he finds John Painter. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but it was certainly effective. Painter coming across the ground, very high in the air, walk in front, scored away from him. Fairclough takes it off hands, and he clears up the centre of the ground towards centre half forward. Derrington's back there on Dewhurst. Maybe Derrington will start at centre half back, Peter. I had a feeling he wouldn't. The free kick goes to Honour. Honour kicks it straight to Smith. That's a good take by Smith. Good reflex take as he gets it to Spiel. Kavanagh into the forward pocket to Wilmot. It's a very good rebounding kick. So an error by South Adelaide being capitalised upon by Sturt. And Ian Wilmot, as we know, a prolific goal scorer, particularly if he gets his confidence up early with his kick. This is not an easy kick. His first one. The wind coming across him from right to left fairly strongly. Predicted 37-kilometre breeze today coming through the southwestern suburbs. Well, he's got the kick away. It's long and strong, but it's not straight. So Sturt first of the scoreboard. They're 1 point. South Adelaide yet to score.
5 minutes gone in this first quarter here at Football Park, and good to see Wilmot still with his confidence up. He led to that ball very well, and the South fullback now, McCormack, well, not the fullback, but he's going to take the kick off, and he goes to the outer side of the ground. Gets a bit of height with that one. He's looking for Christie. Spiel out there, Craig behind, read it beautifully. Craig wheels around as he often does, and he elects to go in long, but it's a floater. Smith cuts it in front, takes a good mark. Well read by Smith. He's been a very, very good player for Sturt this year, and in fact, a lot of Blues supporters are saying that he's providing the vigour around the packs, and he's been very important in 3 of Sturt's victories this year, or in Sturt's 3 victories this year. It's his second kick. Lines it up directly in front. Oh, he slays it across to the right, but he just snuck it through. First goal to Sturt. Sturt 1-1. South yet to score.
A very good take on the rebound there from Neil Craig when Noel McCormack kicked out. Craig standing behind the pack, reading it off hands well. But an uncharacteristic kick from Neil Craig, in fact. It wasn't a good one. He went for a bit of distance, and the breeze just slewed the ball off his boot slightly. Not very often you see Craig miskick the ball, but very well read by Darryl Smith as he came across the front, and he's kicked truly to put Sturt with the first major on the scoreboard.
Sturt going to the southern end, which is assisted by a breeze, which may be worth 2 or 3. Christie and Spiel. Spiel got his left hand to it. Painter a quick kick away, but that was smothered. Plenty of players in the middle there. In goes Steckel, gets a quick kick away. Out there we see Darryl Hewitt, gets the handball over the top. The running player David Kapler hooks around with the left boot. Lovely looking kick. Brendan Honor gets across, off hands. A point. South's first score. A minor score, in fact. Sturt 1-1, South 1 point.
Kick in from Sturt. Going wide to the outer side, Adrian Moskeny. Moskeny long to the wing on his left foot. Good two-sided player. Delina can't make position against Martin to get possession of the ball for his team. A good recovery though by Sturt. Sees Underwood coming across towards centre half forward with that short kick across the ground. Oh, what a dangerous kick it is as Christie intercepts Martin. He's under a bit of pressure as he goes with his left foot, and Peter Reid takes the safe mark on the half-back line.
Reid at half-back, kicks it up to half-forward. Big leap there, Snee Bickler again, read beautifully off hands by Klomp. Gee, did read that well. He was shaping himself for the mark initially, but he realised he was out of position, so he decided to rove it. And that's very good football by the former Sturt and Carlton champion. Throw Footscray in there as well, but didn't spend too long there. He had that bad injury. Well done again, Frank Spiel. He got it down, the handball smothered. Oh, not a good movement there by Butler. He was caught. In goes Klomp again. He got it out very quickly. Martin Wilmot now couldn't pick it up on the half volley. Sturt 1 against 5 there. Brooksby got it out. Dewhurst short, but in fact too long. Short but too long. That's not bad. Delina marked it.
He's on centre wing. Has a look at Craig in the centre. Ignores that very wisely, I feel. Long towards the goals with Snee Bickler's in front. Spoiled by Martin. Johns has an airy, or half an airy. Kapler, Troy. South Adelaide into attack through the centre of the ground. Whittlesey settling himself. He spoils away. Steckel off hands. Gets it across towards David Kapler. Players coming to Kavanagh, getting there first. Muskeny's with him. Kavanagh following through. Playing some good football, Wayne Kavanagh, in this early part of the game. Nice little tap off the ground. Whittlesey's backed up. He can't take possession. The umpire's given us the kick out of bounds on the full. Looked to me as though it might have been a bump ball, but the boundary umpire didn't think so. So a free kick to Michael Bennett.
Bennett again short. Gee, they're persisting with the short game here, both sides, and they're paying for it. And David Kapler's handball went out of bounds. Yes, I think we've seen probably 4 or 5 errors with the short ball, but it's hard to be critical because that ground may be a little bit slippery. We had a little bit of rain here about half an hour ago, and conditions may not be too easy out there. Spiel went for the thump. We'll see another throw in. Steve Bickler has started at centre half back and Steckel at centre half forward. Barrett is an interchange player, so if South forward lines don't work, you may see Steve Bickler go to centre half forward and Barrett to centre half back. Painter very quick to the boot. That's his trademark. Johns did it well initially, but Viney stayed back, couldn't pick it up. He's got a different number today, Todd Viney, wearing the number 28. Puts it out wide to the leading Walk. Gave him a chance. Walk's got the ball still. He's on hands and knees. Sneezer appears to be hurt in the centre of the ground for South. Oh, gee, Klomp went over the top with that one. Martin in there. Now Painter. Painter goes for the centre, but smothered well there by Darren Kapler. Martin picks up, but he's only found Brooksby, who got a free kick for pushing the back.
He plays on quickly. Good checking, though, by Wilmot. Martin's made position for him out wide, but the space is to the boundary line. So John Schneebickler recovering, just jogging back into the centre half-back position. Looks as though he's okay, although not moving all that well. Out of bounds, 1-1 to Sturt. South Adelaide 1 point. Spiel and Christie. Spiel with the right hand, only goes as far as Martin. Delina coming in very quickly. Martin's got his hands on it now. Finally gets a kick away up towards Darryl Hewitt. He's in front of Smith, and Smith fisting it clear and out of bounds yet again. Game started off at a crackerjack pace. A lot of errors in the kicking at the moment. 11 minutes, 1-1 to a point. Not a lot of scoring. Spiel with the left hand, and he gets a free kick. An interference against Gary Christie. That's the second interference Gary Christie has made in that particular position. So we'll see what Frank Spiel does this time. Last time he miskicked it to John Painter. It's a better kick into the breeze. A very good kick, in fact. Some 50 or 60 metres. Flying long and strong. Off hands. Kicked away by Johns out wide to the wing. Moskeni's in front. The ball may just beat him over the line. It doesn't. He keeps it in to Walk. Back quickly, and Fairclough gets possession.
Oh, free kick to Walk against Johns. Johns a little bit too enthusiastic on the tackle. Kept it going a bit too long. So it's Walk, who in fact booted 7 in, I think it may have been his last outing, the game at Adelaide Oval. 7 goals against Woodville, I think Walk booted. This is his second kick. Kicks it in towards the leading Klomp. Schneebickler thumps away from behind. Back it goes now, a chance for McCormack. Johns, a short kick, that's well put to Dewhurst. Dewhurst's form has been improving, we hear. Kicks it up now towards Bennett. Bennett made good position. He might get a free kick for one across the side of the mouth. He has got it. A quick kick away. Not a good kick, but it may work. Well done, Hewitt. Smashes it towards Nailey. Nailey around beautifully. Steckel. Steckel lines up from 15 metres out and misses. 2 points South. Sturt 1-1. We're at the 13-minute mark now of this first quarter on 7's big lead.
Mark Nailey showing a few of those skills that he has. A magnificent evasion followed by a very quick reflex handball, only over a metre, just out of his hip pocket, right onto the body of David Steckel, and probably a bad miss, really. Wouldn't be happy with himself. Gary Christie. Good mark. He's about 60 or 70 metres from goal. Looking for a short kick. He's kicking it straight to about 3 Sturt players, looking for Rick Davies. In fact, Derrington wasn't able to snaffle it there in the back pocket. High kick in the air. Reed's underneath it, holds his ground pretty well, then gets his hands on the ball, spills, just smashing it towards the boundary line. Moskeni, and it's off his boot and out of bounds on the full.
A couple of times that's happened to Sturt now, and the free kick went the other way, in fact. Moskeni's got the free kick. Bit of confusion out there. The lead is on from Klomp. Punch away Schneebickler. Derrington playing at half-back. Sweeps the handball out. It misses Painter. Johns. Fairclough. And Johns again. Rubbers that along the ground and goes for the line. There'll be another throw-in. 2 points South. Sturt 1-1. Plenty of pace on, and as we mentioned before, a vital game. This is round 7. Spiel uses the body well. Craig handballs to himself. Now that came off his foot, but it just bounced inside the line, so we'll see another throw in.
James Derrington playing at half-back today. It's an interesting manoeuvre by Sturt. Neil Craig roving. Maybe they're both going to change off that half-back line. Darren Troy takes it off hands. Handball's not effective. Dewhurst out of bounds yet again. 1-1 to 2 points. Sturt in front by 5 points. Spiel and Christie. Two big fellows. Spill bodying, just laid away by Frost. It was with his left hand. Dewhurst gets it away quickly, misses the body of Honour. The reflex was good, the accuracy bad. Craigie kicked that out of bounds on the full. So Neil Craig has given South Adelaide an opportunity now to have a shot at the goal. It's a very difficult shot, not much goal to look at. And it's Craig Dewhurst to take the free kick. It's only about 40 metres from goal. You need an extra special kick to score. The wind blowing between the goals, so it's going to blow it out. Off hands, Hewitt getting there quickly. Kicked off the ground by Kavanagh and out of bounds yet again on the opposite side of the ground.
He's probably about 30 metres around from the south goal. No real pattern has emerged yet in this game. Conditions somewhat difficult. Touch slippery. Nailey got it back. Hewitt the quick kick away. That was smothered though. Nailey again showing pace. Gets to the base of the ball. Tapped away by Frost. Only back as far as Hewitt. He got it out quickly, but it went to Painter. Painter clears for the Blues. He's put it up towards centre wing. Back goes Christie. Couldn't mark the ball. Sneebikler tries a bit of finesse, which doesn't work. Spiel worked harder. Plenty of players there now, and the umpire will in fact bounce. Just the attack side of centre wing for the Blues. Yes, no real pattern has emerged, and it's pretty hard to tell whether one or other side has got any benefit with the breeze. Perhaps not. Quick kick away by Martin. Sees Bennett come in. He met Craig rather heavily, but it went out again, so we'll see another throw in.
And yet again this time, Frost going to have a go with Steckel. Both Christie and Spill resting back in the defensive play. Opportunity now for Troy as he comes across the ground. Umpire falls over. Beautiful take by Nailey, showing what skills the little fellow's got. And he's hit the post. What bad luck. That would have finished off a fine bit of play by Mark Nailey. Only a behind though. South Adelaide 3 points. Sturt 1-1.
Certainly in top form, Mark Nailey. He's got the ball on a string. And McCarthy won't take the kick in. It will be Greg Whittlesea. It's been out for a while. Automatic selection in the state side when he's in form. Johns played it pretty well. The handball came out. That was good work. Moskeny, he got it from Reed. Comes up to half forward now. Klomp slipped over. Sneebikler over the top of him. Smith trying hard in there. He taps it out finally. Moskeny got rid of it very quickly. Now Darren Kapler showing his undoubted pace. Sneezer comes in. Played for a free kick. Probably should have got it. Smith was certainly into the back of him, but there will be a bounce at right half forward flank.
That's an interesting decision because that was two free kicks. Probably Klomp had an opportunity. It's good to see the umpires not paying those. Peter, it's not an interfering free kick when the player's falling over. They're just falling on top of the ball, so probably worthwhile letting it play on.
Spiel got it down. Sneebikler away again to Dewhurst, getting touches. Kicks it to Craig though. So Neil Craig roving today. Derrington's at half back. And it'll be interesting to see whether Craig and Derrington do change in that spot. The Frost kick, as usual, ground covering. Wilmot had it, then he lost it. Martin kicks away into the open space. Delina's got the pace. Butler going with him. Delina now shoots the handball out. It'll need to be good. Kavanagh kicks quickly. Sneebikler now at centre half back. Gathers in well. Runs through half back. Shoots it into the centre of the ground. Clean bowl Steckel. He did it well though to Troy. Troy to Dewhurst. Dewhurst goes with the left boot looking for Nailey. I don't know if he was looking for it. Come off the side of his boot. Nailey back on it very quickly after the tackle. Wants a free kick. Whittlesea tunnel balls it. Craig goes in. Now David Kapler. He shovels it out beautifully to Dewhurst. Dewhurst around the corner. Troy goes back, but Frost marks it.
A very competitive football. A bit of good football there. Very competitive indeed. Nice kick by Frost. Gets it out in the front of Painter. He sees a loose man down the wing, and that's Carl Delina. May have gone too far for him. He runs very quickly. Some good shepherding at half forward by Martin, who finally gets the ball. He kicks it out in front of Walk. It's gone too far for him. Johns has had slips. An opportunity for a free kick there for Viney. The umpire says play on. And now we see Hewitt. Hewitt short in front of Dewhurst. He's been in everything, Dewhurst. Bennett hurled to him. There'll be a bounce on centre wing. Still 1-1 to 3 points. We're about 19 minutes into the first quarter.
Good game of football here at headquarters. Spiel and Christie again. Spiel with the right fist this time. Fairclough couldn't pick it up. Craig can. Craig goes to half forward. Darren Kapler is under that ball. It goes right through towards Brooksby. He gets out of trouble very well to Johns. Darren Kapler flanks him. Grubbers one to his brother David, and he gets it back. Darren Kapler's disposal this year has been sensational. Puts it right up towards Nayley. Whittlesea makes great position. He takes a superb mark. Gee, that was well done, Robert.
Greg Whittlesea, fine player in form. He's a very big man for a back pocket too. Be a Rovers nightmare. His third kick. It's a handball. It's too long far for Jim Derrington. Honor running on though. The ball's travelled some 30 metres. Dewhurst to Troy, to Nayley, to Dewhurst. Into the pocket. Leading out there, David Steckel. He's had an airy. He's got to put the glue on the end of his fingers before the game. Maybe we might have misjudged it a bit. That might be wobbling a bit out there, Peter. Who knows? Always very windy and difficult to handle.
Steckel tries to make amends now in ruck. Grabs hold of the ball well. A quick kick away. Gives Davies the chance. McCarthy's out there working hard in front of Davies. And we'll see a throw in left forward pocket. 21 minutes coming up here at Football Park. First quarter. And South have gone forward through half forward reasonably well a couple of times, but not productive. Craig. Derrington shoots it out towards centre wing. In comes Viney. Stayed back on that one, tried to judge it. Spiel did good work. Now Craig. In fact, Painter. Johns is out of bounds. Kapler, that's Darren Kapler, back towards David Kapler. A long kick forward. Bennett's under that ball. It's 1 against 2. The big thump away comes. Troy read it well. Shows pace and strength. And he gave away a free kick. He put the hand out and he touched the face of the Sturt player. So it'll be a free kick down there to Peter Reid.
A little bit lucky, I thought, there, Peter Reid. It's a very good kick, though. Up the centre wing. Spoiled away by Christie. Hewitt. David Kapler across to Darren Troy. Troy directly at the goal. And on Rick Davies. Tony McCarthy won't want to slip over too often and let Rick Davies get those big plates on the ball. He's a magnificent mark. He's the top goal kicker for both clubs at this ground with 9 goals. South Sturt matches we're talking of. He's kicked 9 goals for Sturt against South Adelaide, and he's repeated the dose of 8 goals for Sturt against South. I wanted that the wrong way around. We'll try it properly in a minute, but that's another one. It's the first one for today. South Adelaide are 1-3. They've gone to the lead, leading Sturt 1-1.
And there's no doubt that South are starting to get some drive from Troy in the middle. He's very strong, very powerful, very direct. He's had 4 kicks, Troy, in the middle, and that one went forward. He aimed it beautifully. Davies there, took the mark. McCarthy, I think, fell over. Davies kicked the goal. Sturt 1-1, South in front now, 1-3.
David Richardson's come onto the ground, a first game player for South Adelaide. He'll be contesting the ruck against Frank Spiel. Bounce favouring Spiel's side of the centre. Blocked by Richardson though. Darryl Smith coming through. He's caught but not hurled well enough. Gets it to Frost. McCormick comes to meet the ball confidently. Bounces over his head. Butler backs him up though. Shane Butler going back. Wilmot comes in. He gets it away to Johns. And Johns, with a wobbly old kick under all sorts of pressure, has kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Jeffrey Martin will take a free kick at half forward. Martin high into the air. Wilmot from behind, spoiled by Brooksby. An opportunity for Darren Kapler.
Oh, he's got tons of pace, Darren Kapler, with his 5th kick now. He shoves it away up towards centre wing. Martin back there, Craig also. Martin got the benefit of a good tap back. Still got the chance, but it's kicked out to see Derrington with the ball. He shovels it forward, but Martin again stops Sturt. It's very close to the line. In fact, it's gone out. South in front by 2 points. A very low scoring game here at Football Park. 24 minutes gone. Spiel and Richardson. Troy is number 10. Derrington. Delina. Painter with that quick kick away, but it's often ineffective. And umpire Kinnear will bounce it on centre wing. Yes, Painter's having a bit of trouble with Troy. I think in these conditions where it's blustery, Troy's power and his direct approach at the ball is very valuable. But it's Painter again with a quick wobbly kick away. Well done, Todd Viney. The handball out, not effective. Fairclough was a bit strong there for Johns. Johns gives it back to him. Fairclough, he certainly knows where the ball is, puts it wide. Kavanagh leads. Oh, under pressure with the kick. Well done, Brendan Honor. It went straight to Butler. Butler goes to the centre of the ground to Hewitt. Hewitt falls over, so he'll hold play up a bit here. He elects to go long now. Dewhurst, Craig. Yes, Craig has gone to half back. Derrington may be running now. It's an interesting one. Players around the ball. There is a free kick going to be given to the Sturt player at the bottom of the pack.
Slowly gets to feet. Peter Reid into centre half forwards. Over Klomp's head. Gary Johns strong in defence. Shane Butler receives it. Decides to go back into Johns. He's still coming wide. Hitting the ground and out of bounds in front of Brenton Honour. 1-3 to South, 1-1 to Sturt. South by 2 points. We're into the time-on period of the first quarter. It'll be Steckel against Big Frank Spiel. Spiel in front. Got the strength. He crashes the ball away towards Darryl Smith. Smith picks it up to Derrington. Derrington high in the air. Richardson's back there. Klopp coming in from the side. Vine, he's kept his eye on the ball, but he can't take it ahead of Schneebichler. Butler misses it. Martin now with an opportunity for Sturt. He's held by one hand. I mean, if the ball falls from one hand, Peter, I thought it was play on.
Yes, well, I don't really feel like criticising umpire Kinnear at the moment. I reckon he's half a hero. Good mark in front, Frank Spiel. He's on centre wing. Kicks it out wide there. Looking for the player there in Underwood. Can't find him though. The handball comes out. David Kapler now. He got it from Richardson. A long kick forward. Gee, that is a ground covering kick. The thump comes. Smith. He's at half back. Shoots it way up to half forward. Schneebichler with pace against Klomp. The ball beats both players over the line and we'll see a throw in.
That's the first time a player's really straightened on his kick, I think, Peter, when he's come around to play and put a bit of boot into it, Darryl Smith then.
Yes, and there's Mervyn Kane on the phone. I think he'd like more of that, Robert. Sturt have been indirect. They've wasted a lot of opportunities. Klomp was in the middle of the pack then, and Spiel belts it out. Oh, Butler a little bit dangerous there as he looks for Troy. Troy's given a free kick away, according to umpire Kinnear, and I think that's a bit unlucky.
Yes, we mentioned a little while ago, the other umpire had two decisions when he gave play on, so you can see the difference between umpiring and a little bit of luck in the right place.
I'd agree with that, Robert. Certainly Troy was going for the ball there. All that happened, in fact, was the Sturt player went under his legs. And it was a trip. Yes, well, I guess that's the other extreme. Underwood's kick away as the siren goes. His second kick, he's offline, a point. So that's quarter time here at Football Park. On Sevens Big League, South leads 1-3, Sturt 1-2. Start of the second quarter here at Football Park. A very tight first quarter. South leading by a point, 1-3 to 1-2. It's pretty slippery out there in the middle. Spiel got the knockdown, but taken away by Richardson. The quick kick forward sees David Kapler running through half forward. He's caught. Comes back again to Richardson. Gee, backed up well. Here's a chance now for South. Derrington in there. In fact, the free kick, though, will go to McCarthy, who came out and applied a lot of courage in his thrust at that ball.
Tony McCarthy, Sturt's new fullback this season. All reports has done a very good job too. Kick up to the half-back line. Frank Spiel, well done. Hit a flat palm, but he was able to maintain his thrust at the ball. Umpire calls play on as Spiel kicks to centre wing very high. Schneebichler and Klopp. Jeffrey Martin did it easily on that occasion. That's the first time we've seen a little bit of balance out of a pack, except for Nayley in the first quarter. A couple of great thrusts. David walk around his body. Player there I couldn't pick up, couldn't knock it on. Wilmot can't get it. Darren Kapler can. He gets it across to Butler. That's Hogarth that's on the ground at the moment. South Adelaide into attack now through Schneebichler. He receives a handball from Dewhurst. Schneebichler to centre half forward. Michael Bennett coming out. He's well in front. He can't take the mark ahead of Reid though. Gives it away wildly to Painter. Frost has a leg grab, it would seem. Either that or he tied them together himself. He might have put out his bootlaces tied, Pete.
Certainly had trouble. Dewhurst got the free kick because he was manhandled without the ball. And he puts it out wide looking for the leading Hewitt, but it was Whittlesey up high. In fact, he's given away a free kick. The umpire said he had his hand on Hewitt's shoulder on the way up. So Daryl Hewitt with his fourth kick now. He's going for a little left foot chip pass. Davies on a lead and he's got it, the big fella. Right forward pocket, left forward pocket in fact, and My view is that the breeze may be favouring the southern end, although we couldn't really tell in the first quarter. So Davies now with a big chance. He goes short. David Kapler, well done. Davies applied a bit of algebra to that and worked out that he couldn't kick the goal, and he gave it to David Kapler. Sixth kick coming up for the 1985 Nucky Cup winner for South. Left boot. Gee, a lovely looking kick straight through the centre. Good start for South this quarter. First goal to Kapler. South 2-3, Sturt 1-2.
I don't know whether Rick Davies applied any algebra. We're certainly going to find out that tomorrow on the World of Sport, Peter, when he goes up as the mini-league man of the day. We'll be able to find out what he did at school. I know he didn't play much algebra. He didn't play much football either. I don't think he even played for the first at South Adelaide, but he's been a great league footballer, and that pass then across to Kapler was a very, very productive one as Kapler was able to kick South's second goal.
Well, can South go on with it now? Richardson is still in the middle. The lad from Darwin playing his first league game. Craig tries to get it out, can't. Well done, Richardson. Geez, come on to notice quite well now. He got it out to Dewhurst. Hewitt again in front of Whittlesea. Got a bit of pace, Hewitt. Hewitt sees the Davies lead again. It was a bit late, but Davies has got there. Now, what's he going to do this time? The angle is worse. Dewhurst is clear. Davies sees him and finds him. Oh, a bit of looseness there by the Sturt backman, particularly when Davies did the same thing not more than a minute ago. You would have thought they would have clammed up, but they didn't. So Dewhurst a chance now with his 10th kick. He was a busy player in the first quarter. Not a bad looking kick either, but it's offline. Just 2-4 South, Sturt 1-2.
South Adelaide players coming up to congratulate Richardson there for the good bit of play up in the centre of the ground. Trying to make him feel at home in the side. New player today. David Frost kicking out. Favouring the member stand side. Troy has it spoiled away from him. Spill takes it off hands. A long wild kick out towards Hogarth out there. Very well done. He's got a little bit of speed too as Paul Hogarth. Up to the half-forward line. Spoiled away to Brooksby. He tries to come back and does it effectively. Some very nice balking there. Nailey at half-back. He goes in strong to the centre wing. It's a very strong kick. Too strong, in fact. Allowing John Painter to collect as it comes off hands. Very high kick to full forward. Wilmot in front. It's a terrific mark. And he gets his body in the line of the flight of the ball. He's a very hard man to shift off it, is Ian Wilmot. And the kick is not an easy one either. That wind will be blowing almost into his face up there. It's his second kick. Let's see if he can punch it into the breeze. It's not travelling all that far, but it's reached the goal square. No one touches it. Butler misses it. Off the ground by Walk. Through for a bit behind. Sturt 1-3, South 2-4.
Goals are hard to find in this game. Conditions not conducive to fast, open, flowing football. As Butler would attest, he appears to be winded somewhat. The South come away now from half-back. Good kick to Schneebichler there. Schneebichler plays it on immediately now. Sweeps it up towards half-forward. Kavanagh behind, goes for the big left-hand swipe. Frost to Reid. Back to Kavanagh. That's out of bounds. We'll see a throw in at right half-forward flank. South looking just marginally better than Sturt at the moment. Sturt don't appear to have a game plan. Well, they've probably got one, but they can't put it into play. Richardson, well, the honour handball is very loose. Spiel against Troy. Fairclough ran straight over the ball. Craig gave it to Moskeny. Moskeny puts it wide to the leading Wilmot. Brooksby is with him, but Wilmot's got pace. Handball's over the top, looking for Hogarth. Hogarth is tackled. The umpire will finally give him a free kick. Marginally soft, that one. Butler coming off now for South Adelaide. It's hard to say what's wrong. He may have a rib problem. Barrett comes on as Darren Kapler clears. It's a wobbly kick. Honour behind, but he gets the benefit of a good bounce. Players stack up there on the corner of the square, and the umpire is going to bounce.
Interesting to see Wayne Kavanagh on the bottom of that pack. He's been a very good defender for Sturt. Very tight checker. He was on Brenton Honour this afternoon. Spiel with a little bit of body work, and then a crash wide, straight to the opposition. Smith. Frost. Quick kick towards Spiel. Good contest though from Richardson. David Kapler's in there. And he's going to get a free kick. David Kapler pushed in the back. He was the one who was contesting the ball strongest. His 7th kick too. A very nice kick indeed over half forward. Whittlesey in front. Steckel interfering with him. So Greg Whittlesey reading that kick very well. Has been awarded the free at half-back. Kick to the outer side is very high. John's underneath it. Smith coming in late. Paul Hogarth coming across later on. There's going to be a free kick awarded. And that free kick to Darryl Smith.
It was against David Kapler then. He was just a bit enthusiastic on the tackle. Smith. McCormack came across and punched it to the line, and there'll be another throw in. So not a great deal of excitement so far in this game in terms of highlights, but a very tough, absorbing contest here at the park. As we just saw Butler in screen there, he's having a bit of a rest at the moment. Darrington check-sided that one forward. Wilmot, the ball completely eluded him. Here's a chance now for Martin. Martin puts it on the left boot. Touched. A point only. But very good effort there by Martin as he swept through the goal area there and put it onto the left boot, but it didn't quite work for him.
I missed the tackler, but it was a very good tackle too, Peter. He took that, but he swooped upon quickly. It may have been Darren Kapler came at him very, very fast. Brooksby to the outer side. Schneebickler. On quickly. Dewhurst with a long handball to Fairclough. Creating a bit of space for themselves now, South Adelaide. They're certainly a very quick side. That kick to Dewhurst, accurate. Dewhurst doesn't know there's a player coming in, Moskeny from his side. Must have been in his blind spot. He ran straight across there and thought he was free and put himself in all sorts of trouble. South 2-4, Sturt 1-4. Spiel and Steckel. Spiel for the Blues. Steckel, South Adelaide centre-half forward. Flying over the back for South Adelaide was Stephen Barrett, who's come onto the ground to replace Butler. Whittlesey, head down after the ball. Deserved that free kick. Very good bit of play. 4th kick for Greg Whittlesey. That would have knocked a bit of the wind out of his sails. Very strong young man, though. Kick is long and strong towards Spiel. No one able to take possession. Moskeny can't. Painter. Over the top to Smith. The player's running now. Paul Hogarth coming through half forward. He's got an open goal square. He's got to kick it straight, I'd say. And he can't do that. And he's kicked it across the goal and out of bounds in Sturt's left forward pocket. Sturt at 1-4, trailing South Adelaide 2-4.
Goals at a premium here at Football Park. Good contest. Perhaps the most notable thing so far is the form of Richardson. First time I've seen him, naturally, his first league game. He hails from Darwin, and what he's done so far has been very good. Bennett pushes it away. It's out of bounds again. A good dive there by Johns. He's a very hard, tough customer there at half-back. The Sturt players just can't get into the game. We haven't seen much of Viney. In fact, Viney's not on the ground at the moment, I don't think. I think Hogarth may have replaced Todd Viney. There's a free kick, though, to Hewitt. 10.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Barrett under the ball, couldn't mark it. Richardson again shoves it wide. There's Troy, very tough player. Good work there by Reid, who smothered the handball. So we'll see another throw up there on centre wing. 2-4 plays 1-4, South in front. In fact, it's a bounce down. Barrett. Hewitt. Hewitt again. Tries to worm his way out, and he does, in fact. Whittlesey showing all the pace that he'll need. He gets there first. Craig backed up well. Great work, Whittlesey. Now Painter. Painter puts it up forward with the right boot. Now for Walk. That went right through the middle of the pack. Walk didn't get a good bounce initially, so it's pushed through for a point. What a big opportunity, the Blues. Sturt now advanced to 1-5. South 2-4 on 7's big lead.
Gary Christie getting ready to come back on for David Richardson. Brooksby to the outer side. Spiel's falling away. Smith likewise, just a wild smash. Walk jumps on top of the ball, gets it back towards Smith. He taps it over to Martin. Paul Hogarth. Back to Walk. Hogarth. Flies free to Darryl Hewitt. And there's Whittlesey. He won't mess around with it. It's into the goal square. Wilmot's 1-on-2. Schneebichler can't take it. Brooksby can. So South Adelaide with another opportunity to clear. Darryl Hewitt. Back over the top to Gary Johns. Johns to the outer side where Craig Dewhurst takes the mark.
Well, Sturt have had some opportunities, but they're not too productive up forward. But again, I repeat, conditions not conducive to good football here at Football Park. David Kapler, a quick kick around the corner and another throw in.
South Adelaide got a lot of pace too, haven't they, Peter? They're able to compete very well, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Sturt.
Bob Shearman in screen. Yes, I'd agree, Robert. I think that's probably the only area where I put South in front in this game. With their pace, they're a bit sharper around the packs. Spiel pushes it down, but to no real effect here. There's a lot of players around the ball. This is what normally happens in windy, blustery conditions. You tend to try to stifle opportunities, and that's exactly what's happening. So if one or other side can put on a spurt and get a couple of goals in front, it could be very, very meaningful. Very close to the line again. In fact, Fairclough kicked it out on the full.
A free kick to Sturt. Frank Spill's not doing much with his knock rucking either. Getting his hand on the ball, seems to be finding the opposition more than he's finding the Sturt players at the moment. They need a little bit of something out of the rucks. Gee, that ball holding up, and maybe that wind is coming fairly strongly from the north. Christie. Now an opportunity for South Adelaide to go into attack to the half-forward line. Frost can't take the mark. He just taps it wildly forward to Derrington. McCarthy coming through strongly. It goes to half-forward. Schneebichler gets an awkward bounce, but he's able to control it. And he's going to get a free kick. The particular umpire playing that free kick will be one of the first he's paid for a player falling on the ball and someone coming over the top of him. He's very reluctant. Fourth kick to Schneebichler. Very high one. Off hand from Steckel. Whittlesey waiting behind. Oops, he's had slips. Here's a free kick for in the back. Umpire Kinnear, he doesn't wait for a fraction of a second. You get in front, and you're going for the ball, and you push, you get a free. David Steckel, out wide. Martin in the pocket, pushed in the back by Carl Delina. He'll take a free kick. Gary Christie on, David Richardson off. You know why they're giving Gary Christie a kick a minute ago when he was standing on the boundary line. I thought he'd changed. It's David Richardson, in fact, who did a bit of play up at half-back. He'll be pleased with me. Get another kick in his stat. Kicks away. A good kick too. It's inside the goal. And that's full point. First goal too. David Paul Martin. South Adelaide 3-4. Sturt 1-5.
Well, when the ball came up there into the forward lines, umpire Rick Kinnear had control of that end of the ground, and Sturt players made the mistake because South forwards got in front. They got the benefit of the two free kicks. Martin was on the end of the last one. And it was a lovely kick forward, and even now, 11 points, not a bad lead in this game.
So Christie against Spiel. Sturt looking for something away from the packs. The big fellow Spiel getting his hand on the ball. They can't get it. There he's got the tap again. They just pitched it off him as though like taking wheat from a blind chook. As Troy kicks it into full forward. Davies absolutely flashes Tony McCarthy. Then there's a few words in. The umpire decides he'd like to have a few words with Davies as Whittlesey says a few things. Rick not too happy. Tony McCarthy kicks the ball. Back towards the centre of the ground. Gary Johnson behind. Moskeny puts a hand on it, then knocks it out of Craig's hands as he gets to the ball very quickly. In Derrington, he's resting on the half-back flank with Neil Craig today. They're roving off that flank. David Walk round his body. He's out of bounds when he kicks the ball. So there'll be a throw-in on the half-forward line for Sturt. They're 1-5, trailing South Adelaide 3-4.
Rick Davies having a chat with his runner there. Spends a fair bit of time out there, that runner. He must like it, Rick, a bit. Might give him a number soon as McCormack kicks around his body. The handball comes out from Christie, but it's taken by Smith. It was aimed for Fairclough. Smith kicked back very high. Nailey couldn't mark the ball. Haven't seen him for a while. Spends a bit of time in defence, young Mark Nailey. What a marvellous game he played on Tuesday night. He certainly showed pretty glaring weakness up in Victorian Rovers. Not so much a weakness, just that Not really as good as ours. There's a free kick to Snee Bickler. He got one in the face. Might see a bit of blood there. You see a bit of blood, yes. Just a bit. Comes out to David Kapler from Snee Bickler. He goes long, looking for Barrett. Barrett's in front. Gee, he judged that beautifully, Barrett. Tried to find honour with it, but it's bashed away by Kavanagh. Painter. Selena it was who got the ball forward. Underwood there, but Darren Kapler takes it across the line.
Out of bounds. Member stand side. South 3-4. Sturt 1-5. Sturt not gaining any ascendancy at all. South Adelaide just grinding a little bit further in front all the time. Underwood. Painter. Now Sturt with an opportunity. Wilmot reading the ball well. Sneebick was able to foil that attempt. Brooksby now takes possession. Handballs it wildly into space. Plonks recovered well. He gives it across to Martin. Now here's a real chance for Sturt. He straightens up into the goal. So walks up there. But so is Noel McCormack. And he's happy to concede a behind.
Robert, it's on in the centre. Or centre-half forward. Sneebickler went down. You might have noticed he was sitting on the ground. He wasn't interested in the game. He walked back to Klomp and went bang. Now, Klompy's got the same problems that Sneeze has got. And I tell you what, it's really on between those two. Really on.
1-6 to Sturt. 3-4 to South. Ball into play from McCormack. Member stand side. Fisted away. Opportunity for Underwood. He goes in short. Over the top. Hogarth. He's got a lot of pace. And he's got strength. But he couldn't quite finish the play. He got away from the big fellow Brooksby. But he couldn't go on with it. He just couldn't control the ball. The tackle was strong enough to foil his attempt. So 1-7 now to Sturt. South Adelaide 3-4.
So it might be an opportune time to put Sneebickler to centre-half forward and perhaps put Stephen Barrett back there because I don't think Sneeze is really... He's really a bit off balance at the moment. I don't think he's quite concentrating on the game. I'm not saying it's his fault at all. It's not really trying to attribute fault. Sneezer goes in, goes to the spoil, misses the ball and everything else. And Pomp has the mark, and he's about 45 metres out. And I tell you what, they're very hard to kick from there. Anything short may be used. Second kick only for Robert Klomp. Lovely looking kick too, right into the square. Big pack of players there. No mark, it came off hands from the Sturt player in front. So there'll be a bounce right in front of the points there. Sneezer is still having attention to the trainer. So is Klomp. But I think Sneezer gave him a bit of a belt here when he took that mark. A tap through for a point. So Sturt are getting the point. It's now 1-8 to South 3-4, and I tell you what, keep your eyes on those two boys, because plenty's going to happen. Brooksby. Short down the centre of the ground. David Fairclough it is. Coming wide to centre wing, member stand side. Troy's there with Painter, and man for man. Over the top to Stephen Barrett. Painter recovers. Reed now backing up. Got an opportunity to just send it forward to Smith. Smith takes possession and gets the kick away to the centre of the ground to Frank Spiel. Spiel high, nearly touched the ball. Fairclough. Fairclough high, long and strong with Kavanagh this from behind. He can't complete the mark. Honor brings him to ground, and there'll be another bounce on the half-forward line for South Adelaide. South of 3-4, Sturt of 1-8. Well, Sneebick was in a fair bit of trouble, Robert. I don't know whether it's that big mouse you can see under the eye there. That doesn't look too flash, and I don't think they can stop the bleeding there. He's in the hands of the trainers quite a bit. Reed is knocking it towards Kavanagh and out of bounds. So John Sneebickler, not the best of conditions, got a red patch on the back of his pants. I remember Foster Williams having white patches on the Port players' pants some years ago. So John Sneebickler. With an opportunity now. Whittlesey getting back quickly, but Honor's too good for him as he gets towards Dewhurst, but Whittlesey's back in there again. He's working hard, Whittlesey. You wouldn't think he hadn't played for a long time. He seems as though he's got the ball on the string. Klomp and Sneebickler carrying on as Craig takes possession. Smith away. He's going to go towards the two attackers. Klomp, I think he's got Klomp back. Sneebickler, I think I would have kept him calm. Reminds me of the other night, Peter, when the umpire got Mick Redden upset. It's the best thing that ever happened to Mick. Klomp. The wobbly old kick. Dropping in short. Goal. Sturt 2-8. South 3-4.
Well, they're plugging away, Sturt, but the football, again, I say, not pretty football. It's hard stuff out there. It really is. It's a real contest, but I repeat, it may not be a bad sign to put Sneezer at centre-half forward. I think it may work for South if they did.
They've got Brent Nonner in the forward line to relieve the ailing Schneebickler. He's played on the half-back flank. He's in the forward pocket. Schneebickler knocking the best of Nick. Stephen Barrett's also played there this season. He's on the half-forward flank. So coming to 22 and a half minutes of the second quarter. Ball knocked forward by Christie on this occasion. Steckel. Awkward bounce off on the forward line. Guess who's there again? Whittlesey. I think he'd like to get in that state team, Peter. He's playing like a man possessed. He's in everything. Tapped away. Selena can't take possession. Underwood again. It was he that knocked it on. The umpire's down. A bit slow, Underwood. Wouldn't give the ball away. Wanted to break himself, and he's holding the ball. Just cost Sturt an opportunity to go in full run, and Andrew Underwood put a halt to that.
Darren Kapler will go short to his brother David. He was off before he marked it. He has to get rid of it very quickly. Now Bennett, clean bowl. Martin runs past the ball. Underwood got it out. A chance to see Bickler now as he goes in very hard, and he takes it over the line. There's Robert Klopp. And there is John Schneebickler. Will he go the distance? Tap over the top from Spiel. Boy goes through. And David Kapler got it from that player. A quick kick forward. Oh, good mark, Kavanagh. He was a committed player then. All he was interested in was that bag of leather. 15 metres and Kavanagh's 7th kick. It's a floater. Moskeny half-volleying it pretty well, and he cleverly got out of it. Into it, out of it. He got thrown away. Through goes Smith to Craig. Craig sees the lead of Wilmot. Will it reach Wilmot? No, it doesn't quite do that. Still recovered well though. Tapped it back. Very intelligent play, Wilmot. See Bickler in. Now Klomp. Can he kick a goal? Klomp puts it on the way, but it won't come around far enough. A point. 2-9, South 3-4. There's only 1 point in it. The Panthers leading by that margin.
People have said that South Adelaide not too good in the second half. Certainly slowed down a bit in this last 5 minutes. Sturt starting to show a bit of an ascendancy. Frank Spiel, good recovery too by the big fellow. Goes back to the ball. He sends a handball to Craig. He's solid. Spiel. Wild handball to Painter. He just lets it go for Derrington, and Spiel nearly kicked it again. And the ball will be bounced. Just towards half forward for Sturt, out of side. Very tight game. 11 shots to Sturt, 7 to South. Sturt 2-9, trailing South 3-4 by 1 point.
Sneezer and Klomp have stopped punching each other, so they might be tired. I think they both hurt each other. I think that's the problem. Barrett now, and Reid. Reid taps it in front of him very cleverly. Craig comes across right on the boundary line, gets it back to Reid. It comes out again. They're going to get out of trouble now through Frost. Here's a chance for Hogarth. Schneebickler smashes away. Through goes Delina. Can't pick the ball up. There's a free kick. The third player. He didn't have the ball. Johns was a transgressor. Martin's free kick. And there he is again. Robert Klomp. Sneezer's not far away either. Centre-half forward, and agree with Robert Ade. Sturt picked this game up a little bit. Honor coming off, Butler going back on. This is the 9th kick now to Martin. He's at centre-half forward. The kick is to the left, coming back a bit, but it is only a point. Scored the level here now. South 3-4, Sturt 2-10.
That wind not affecting the ball quite so much. It's obviously a little bit wet, the ball. Oh, that's a bad kick. Bill's read it. He can't find it though, but he's trying his hardest. Then he finally knocks it clear. Well done, Frank Spiel. Jeffrey Martin, back turn. Can he kick it? That's a great goal. That is a great goal. Well done, Frank Spiel. Well done, Martin. 3-10 to Sturt. 3-4 to South. Martin first.
Yes, it was a great goal, and although it was set up by a poor kick-off from full-back, it was read by Frank Spiel. He couldn't mark the ball, but he worked hard for it. And it finally came out to Martin. He had bodies coming at him from each direction, but he managed to get a clear kick away. It was a bit like Grenville Dietrich's snap on Tuesday night. So 13 scoring shots to 7. Sturt in front now by 6 points.
Frank Spiel coming in again. Bounce favours him. He's tracked it away to nobody. Steckel for South Adelaide. kicking it off the ground. Kenny and Whittlesey. Whittlesey always around the plate. Here he is backing up again. He's been absolutely impassable in this last 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Kenny will get the free kick. He's at half-back for Sturt. Gives it to David Frost. Not renowned for doing a bad kick. He kicked it into the breeze. Jeffrey Martin. Lovely fly, lovely take. Wilmot on the lead. Kicks to him. Nice spoil by Brooksby. Well taken by Troy. He's a strong little man. Knocked away by Painter. Well done. Hogarth. Underwood. High in the air. Coming down on head. Out of bounds. Right forward pocket for Sturt. Sturt leading by 6 points.
Not far off a free kick there, 2 to walk. Certainly not intentional by McCormack, but may have been into his back. Swamp and Steve Bickler are going to take this. Gee. Sneezer in front. Swamp tries to get a kick away, but Sneezer reads it pretty well. Can't get a clear kick away, though, and the umpire will bounce it. Swamp did it well, read it superbly. Quick kick away there, but it's gone out on the full, in fact. So the relieving kick will be taken by Brooksby. Hogarth it was who got that kick, and Brooksby has got not much to aim at. He's got to try and go as far as he can. Spiel there, well done by Christie. He knocked it over to the running Troy. Troy now looks for Nailey. We haven't seen him for a long while. Whittlesey right on that player, and Nailey can't stop it going over the line.
Sturt at 3-10, South of 3-4. Sturt has been on top in the last 10 minutes of the game, well and truly. South kicking with a slight breeze, although I think it's across the ground here at Football Park. Probably straight westerly. Steckel trying to knock it over the back. Stewart can't take possession as it's punched forward by Sturt. There's the siren for half-time here at Football Park. Sturt 3-10-28, leading South Adelaide 3-4-22. Second half here of the Coca-Cola Mini League contest between South Adelaide and Sturt. We don't have the schools that South Adelaide are representing, or that are representing South Adelaide. Mount Barker Primary are representing Sturt, and South Adelaide at the moment have scored 1 point just on the siren before half-time. Number 7 for Sturt going for McRae, has been in the play a fair bit too. He's done a pretty good job. Fitzgerald, the captain of South Adelaide, big strong lad. He can't quite pick up the ball. A free kick is going to be paid to Sturt, and that's the little fellow again, McRae. McRae. He saw the big fellow coming towards him, and he was prepared to get in there and put his body over the top of the ball and try and stop the South Adelaide player going away with it. It's a lovely kick. It's over half forward. Witowski couldn't take possession. He was number 4. Number 6 for Sturt, Pake. He's their captain. Ball just flying free. No one able to take possession. Lynn, the vice-captain of the Sturt team of Mount Barker Primary School. South Adelaide player Manhood on top, number 5. Trying to get in underneath the ball, but the umpire is going to bounce it. Very slippery here at Football Park. On the top of the oval, the ground itself is a little bit holding, but it's a lovely surface. Fitzgerald for South Adelaide. Knocked out of his hand very well indeed then by Ferguson. Manhood kicking it towards the centre of the ground. Now an opportunity for South Adelaide players to get in after the ball. They're trying as hard as they possibly can. No one able to take possession of it, so the umpire's going to bounce it again. Tapped away by the big fellow for Sturt and Ferguson. It's going to be pretty scrambly this game. The league football today has been pretty scrambly, that we've seen in the first half. Very hard to control the ball. A lot of wind and swirling a bit at Football Park. So all the young fellows will try to take possession if they can. A lot of tapping on. That's a very, very nice pick-up. I can't see that young man's number at the moment, but it was well done. Up to half forward goes South Adelaide. I'm still looking for the young fellow. I think it was number 8 that kicked that ball. It might have been Bennett. Third player, number 22, just made the team. Fry. Player for Sturt knocking it out was Hanson. The umpire saying no, you've got to pick it up and handball it. You can't do that. Number 9 for South Adelaide was Wilson. Very good play, received the handball from Bennett. And it goes into the full-back area, and Sturt take the relieving kick. That kick to the outer side. Pake
He comes down the centre of the ground, and he's looking for Hanson. Hanson has possession of the ball. He's got a player down in the centre of the ground on the wing. Sturt running clear. It goes too far for Albert. Coming back for South Adelaide's Manhood. He's done a pretty good job, the little fellow. He's certainly going for good, tries to handball it out. The umpire going to bounce the ball. Sturt looked as though they were going to get it away then through Hamilton, but the umpire said no. Hamilton going for the knock. Punches it to his teammate in Albert. Picked up by South Adelaide. And they go back up to centre wing. Hanson not able to take possession, but South Adelaide through Hamlin into half forward. Wilson can't take the mark on his chest. He tried very hard. Foxwell's overrun it. Sturt got a chance. Hanson's in everything at the moment. Forward by Ferguson. South Adelaide are working hard defence. Hardy it was there. Number 7 for Sturt, McRae. Sturt need a point to square the score. Here's little McRae again. They can't seem to pick it up. Now the vice-captain for Sturt in Lynn gets it into the full forward area. Oops, a nice little bulk there. The kick goes towards the goal, and it's all clear. Number 10, that was for Sturt, in Wingard. Well done, young fellow. It looked as though it was touched off the boot to me. But all the South Adelaide lads looking at the goal umpire, they can't believe it. But the umpire says all clear. That's it. So first goal to Sturt. They're 1 goal. South Adelaide 1 point. So the Mount Barker Primary School, I think they're kicking with a slight breeze in the second half. I think South had it in the first half. Umpire just throwing the ball in the air. Ball just tapped forward. Kicked forward very quickly by number 8 for Sturt and Stevenson. 17 for South Adelaide. It's kicked away from Whetstone. South Adelaide player number 17. Number 22 for South Rangewood is Manhood. He won't make it in time. There's a stalemate out there at half forward again. Very difficult to play in the wet. When it's a little bit slippery, it's important to get your body behind the line of the ball. You've got to be able to tap the ball very quickly, put your hand on it, and perhaps bring it to body and ride a few bumps, learn to evade. Number 10, when he kicked the goal for Sturt, and he did it very well, Wingard, he certainly took it and tried to duck around. That's the way to handle it. Very nice mark there by Manhood. He plays on up towards centre wing. McRae's there for Sturt, but the ball's run out of bounds. So the umpire will throw it in on centre wing. Sturt are 1 goal, South Adelaide 1 point. Players setting themselves for the ruck. The 2 number 2s, Lynn for Sturt and Hamilton for South Adelaide. No one else here. There's a nice little pick up, but he can't get it away. Manhood, he's tried to pick it up. The umpire's going to bounce it again. He'll be very determined to get out of those packs. You've got to be able to take the bumps as they come and ride the bump and let it throw you into some sort of a balanced position so you can run. This is M. Pake for Sturt. Kicking it in. Manhood can't mark it. There's 2 Manhoods. A Manhood. I think I saw another one somewhere. D Manhood. A Manhood is number 5 for South Adelaide. P. Baird. Nice spoil off the boot. Sturt player number 8, Stevenson, trying to get there. The kick's high in the air. There's players running everywhere at the moment as the ball is blown out of bounds by the wind. So it's still 1 goal to 1 point. Quite a few players around the ball. Siren won't be long. Just about to be finishing. South Adelaide clear. And there's a player standing back in defence, M. Branson. Worthwhile remembering that the ruckman perhaps could stand back on that player sometimes, because if you just kick it blindly, he's standing back there on his own. So that's the siren for the end of the mini-league game, the Coca-Cola mini-league. Sturt running out victors. 1 goal, represented by the Mount Barker Primary School, to South Adelaide, 1 point. third quarter here at Football Park. Robert Klomp and John Schneebickler. They had a real tussle in the first half. John Schneebickler going in at half-time with a swollen eye and blood coming down his face. It's been a very, very rugged competition. Sturt in front in the latter part of the second quarter. They really took charge of the game. They played much better football. South Adelaide, they've been very competitive. They've been very quick. Sturt haven't been able to get clear of them. Sturt's 2-8 in the second quarter is indicative of the pressure being placed upon them. Mark Nayley to half forward and out of bounds on the outer side, half forward flank for South Adelaide. 3-10 to Sturt, 3-4 to South.
Well, can South come back? 7 scoring shots to 13, and certainly Sturt in the last 10 minutes of the second quarter went away with it. Painter it is who comes out of the back lines now and kicks with a great deal of depth there, puts it right up to half forward. Butler's caught, couldn't get the handball away, and it's out of bounds. Steve Bickler still at centre-half back, Klomp at centre-half forward. Looking at the other end of the ground, Stokel would appear still to be at centre-half forward for South. They're certainly having problems running the ball with any fluency through there, although both sides having similar problems in that regard. Nayley kicked over the shoulder there. Here's a chance now for the Blues. A bit of a push in the back there to Delina, but he'll go back and take his kick. Carl Delina elects to come to the centre of the ground to Smith. Smith has got Klomp loose, but he decides to go long. Brooksby in front. Got a free kick for a hand over the shoulder, and he gets the ball out now to Butler. Butler's little chip away will fall inside the line and then roll out. So we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for the Blues.
Distinct lack of confidence then by Darryl Smith, who just kicked the short kick over to Robert Klomp. Schneebickler caught well out of position. Schneebickler just tapping it down towards Johns. He can't get it. David walk around his body. Player in front there was Underwood. No, it wasn't. It was Wilmot. Out of bounds. 3-10 to Sturt. South 3-4. It's in the Sturt forward pocket. They're kicking, I would think, with the aid of a slight breeze. It appears to be favouring the southern end. Gary John just falling down. Mark Nayley getting possession. Well done, Nayley. Saw a little bit of space ahead of him and he ran for it, trapped the ball. It's only his 6th kick, but he's done some very good things. Paul Hogarth on the mark. Nayley just punches the kick up to the centre of the ground. Spiel interferes with Christie. Delina, nice turn of pace. Kick going in short. Kapler to Kapler. Darren to David. Down the centre of the ground. Michael Bennett. Picked up by Kavanagh. Moschini can't control it. Fairclough throws it away. He's holding ball. Clean as a whistle. Umpire not interested. Ball won't go out of bounds, and the umpire's going to bounce it, but I thought when a player bounced the ball and was tackled, Peter was holding the ball.
Yes, I think the umpire missed that one, Robert. I've always said you should be an umpire.
I've always wanted to be one. I'm glad I never was, though. I would never have been able to play.
Through goes Bennett. Stephen Barrett had it. Now he hasn't got it. The umpire's seen another one with Nayley and Derrington. It's a smaller version. This is a bantamweight version of the other one we saw a little while ago between Klomp and Schneebickler. This is a 3-rounder. The other one is going to go for 15. There's no doubt about that. Barrett's going to take the kick, it would appear. In fact, the umpire's calling for the ball. Well, I don't know who was disadvantaged there. I think Barrett may have been in a little bit of trouble getting that ball clear, in fact, so South may not have been disadvantaged there. Comes down to Smith. His kick away is smothered. Oh, strength by Troy. Martin now showing pace. Away he goes. Boy, he's given Davies a big run at the ball. The big chap has still got a bit of pace though. McCarthy's with him. Davies keeps it in front of him. Right into the pocket he goes. Uses the big body, and the umpire has said, what has he said? Free kick to McCarthy. What on earth was that for, says Rick?
Around the neck he gave it for. Unbelievable free kick. McCarthy not showing much speed. Of course, Rick Davies is a very quick runner. It's only his knees that have slowed him down in recent times. I remember days gone by, he's been the fastest sprint runner at the Sturt Football Club when he played for the Blues. Spiel and Christie. Spiel just cracking the ball. I don't think he's tried to find a teammate once during the day. The players on the ground have had to work very, very hard to pick up the loose balls when he's got his hand on them. But once again, it'll be South that take the ball away through David Kapler. His 13th kick. High in the air, 3 Sturt players up there. Hewitt's very, very slow getting onto his boot. Did not thought he was playing very, very slowly. Like about Division 2 somewhere or other, and he's kicked them behind. 3-5 to 3-10.
Whittlesea down the centre of the ground. Through comes Gary Johns, a wobbly old kick away. Davies into the pocket again. He must really wonder what's going on after that last free kick. Probably thinks it's umpire Rosso out there. Steckel takes it to the line, and we'll see it thrown in the right half, the right forward pocket area there for South. The difference is 5 points. 5.5 minutes into this third quarter. Steckel, Nailey, tackled very quickly. A chance now for South through Fairclough. In fact, it was Troy. He's kicked it out on the full. So inaccuracy abounding at the moment. South 3-5, Sturt 3-10.
Tony McCarthy to bring the ball in for Sturt. Kick number 6. It's a very high one. The wind is carrying it though. It's carrying an extra few metres. Troy has paid the mark, and he's been inclined to do it. I think he stopped it dead. It might have been hit out of his hands after he'd taken possession. Kick number 8, Darren Troy. That ball will not cover any distance into that breeze coming in from that side of the ground. Barrett high in the air. Umpire paying that mark as well. Ball was trapped and then knocked from his hands, so he stopped it dead. The umpire judging that it was hit away after he had taken the ball. Stephen Barrett, very stiff arm as he comes in to kick it. Not a bad kick though, carrying, then just stopping at the last second. Rick Davies, too strong. Greg Whittlesea's trying to hold ground in front. Tony McCarthy keeping guard. I think it should have been the other way around somehow. The umpire sending Rick out at some extraordinary angle when he's marked it right in the goal square. Never quite understand that, but that's the rules. Rick Davies from no distance. Scores 4-5 to South. Sturt 3-10. Rick Davies kicks his second goal.
That was a great mark too, and also a very good kick there from Stephen Barrett. He got distance, a direct kick at goal. Rick Davies had 2 opponents, but he is far too strong in those situations. Then he took a fine mark and booted a good goal. So that was his second. Sturt a 3-10. South 4-5. The difference 1 point. South leading. Football Park on 7's big lead.
So Sturt be looking for a little bit of that play. They finished the second quarter with. But South have come out determined not to be dabbed. They can't play in the second half of the match. Clomp round his body. Knocked away by Johns. Little handball through. Players getting thrown asunder up there. That's Noel McCormick's in all sorts of strife. The umpire has finally awarded a free kick to Jeff Martin for holding the ball. Just about get the distance too, if that wind carry is any indication. It's his 12th kick. He's worked very hard for Sturt up in attack. It's usually a very good kick. That is carrying, but not accurately. So a point to Sturt. There's 3-11. South 4-5, 29 points apiece.
The game may start to free up a little bit as both sides pretty keen to get goals on the board. Gee, that's not a good kick away from Brooksby. Delina marks it very easily. This will be his 5th kick. The lead is on from Wilmot. It was well put by Delina, although fraction high. Came out towards Darren Kapler. David Kapler now off hands. No one to kick it too long, so he goes short to Martin. Martin thinks about a short one to Christie. Spoiling it his spiel. He read it pretty well. Martin again backs up. Gets around the players with consummate ease. Goes short to Troy. And he's in the centre of the ground. He wanted to play it on. Martin backs up, but he'll get a free kick for a push. The umpire's giving a lot of free kicks at the moment. Oh, he gave it to Maley. Maley got one too high, so he'll take a free kick. I think Robert Cobb was pretty happy that he stopped him because Maley threatened to set something up then. Kicks it out to half forward, Stokel in front. No mark paid. Frost dies on top of the ball and he gets a free kick, would you believe?
The umpire certainly changed. Anyone who falls in the ball now is a free kick. Both umpires doing it. David Frost into the centre square. Spiel from in front, taps it to Moskeny. Moskeny has to get rid of it quickly. Picked up quickly by Troy. Johns falls David Kapler to Darren Kapler. He's got the pace, but so has Paul Hogarth. He kept with him well. Craig Dewhurst. Well dispatched and well read. Dewhurst in distance. It's a tough kick. Kick number 13. Have to keep it a bit to the left, I think. Won't score with it out there. Off hands and out of bounds. So on Sevens Big League, South and Sturt locked together. 4-5 to South, 3-11 to Sturt, 10.5 minutes into the third quarter.
Steckel in front of Frost there. It's pushed wide. Bennett with a run of it. Ran straight past the ball. Steckel picked it up. Good tackle by Reed. The umpire played a free kick, but he said play on. Hogarth got it out to Smith. Smith's at centre wing. Here's a big build-up for the Blues. The leader's on at centre-half forward from Walk. He got high but couldn't take the mark. He got it back though. Good tackle by McCormack. Through goes Underwood. Diving on top of it is Darren Kapler, and there will be a bounce down at centre-half forward for the Blues. Well, that certainly went from one end of the ground to the other very quickly. As we mentioned, the game's starting to free up just a little bit. Through goes Snibikla. He's tackled. Johns. Troy. Fairclough. Fairclough's got a big space to move in. He elects to kick, looking for Bennett. Bennett and Reed. Reed at the back. Here goes Hewitt. Hewitt onto the right boot, but he's offline. He's had a couple of chances this quarter, Hewitt, but he's kicked 2 points. South 4-6, Sturt 3-11.
Free kick situation at the moment, 20 apiece. McCarthy comes to the runner being sent off the ground. Craig spoils it away. Derrington gets the handball away. Moskeny running on. He's got a bit of pace too, Adrian Moskeny. Very good delivery. Strong enough. Magnificent take by Noel McCormack at half-back for South Adelaide. He's kicked it off the inside of his boot. Naley tries to complete it with one hand. He certainly saved a free kick there for Sturt. It looked as though it was going out of bounds on the full. Spiel and Christie, two big fellows. Spiel trying to find Craig on that occasion. But well read by Dewhurst. Moskeny coming in, but Dewhurst gets the free kick for interference. 15-metre penalty as well. Here's Dewhurst inside the centre line. His kick across to David Kapler is a very good one. Kapler, a good kick. He's got players just moving to the half-forward line. He chooses Michael Bennett. Now, Bennett's within distance under normal circumstances. He's always a good kick. It's a matter of whether he can just get it to punch enough into this breeze when he lets it go. He needs good timing. And he certainly kicked it very strongly. But it hasn't quite covered it. It was touched, almost looked like a free kick then. I think a couple of players removed rather bodily by Rick Davies. So a point to South Adelaide. They're 4-7, leading Sturt 3-11.
13 minutes into the third quarter, and South may need a bit of a lead at the break. Over the top it goes. Craig read it better than anyone. Away goes Neil Craig. Tries to set it up forward for Walk. Over the top now sees Plonk run for the ball. He taps it forward, and out comes Darren Kapler. Continues to read the ball well. Naley, Johns. Don't know that he really needed that. He's kicked it out on the full. Spiel will take it. Quambert centre half forward waits for it. Comes in late, over the top. Snibikla weighted down very intelligently, and off he goes. Kicks it forward for Steckel, or Steckel, should I say. Our thanks for the Steckel family dropping us a line and telling us about the pronunciation. Steckel and Spiel. Spiel smashed it away. Johns, very rugged player. Tough as an old boot, they say at Pantherland. Out of bounds now. We'll see another throw in at centre wing.
Been a lot of throw downs, bounce downs, throw ups, whatever you like to call them, and boundary throw-ins. Very tight game, a lot of pace, no one able to get control of the ball at the moment. Sturt not flowing, no more a South. Some good individual parts. David Kapler, the half forward, but out of bounds. Some of the kicking, I would have thought, could only be described as atrocious, particularly when players of David Kapler's ability are running into half forward like that and just spraying it off his boot. Maybe a little bit more difficult down there than we feel. Swirling breeze in Football Park is not easy. Whittlesey smashing the ball towards Moskeny. Darryl Hewitt on the bottom of the pack. So there'll be another bounce. South Adelaide 2 points in front, 31 points to 29. 15 minutes into the third quarter. Nailey, nice turn and pop round his body. Whittlesey across there again. Wouldn't surprise me if Whittlesey doesn't get a little bit tired in the second half. Had a great second quarter. He certainly steadied South Adelaide as they went into attack. He stopped them dead in the second quarter. Then Sturt got on top. Craig, beautiful little handball to Derrington. Painter, he goes for a short kick across. It's accurate. Looks like Delena out there, and he's taking the mark at centre half back.
Carl Delena shoots it wide. McCarthy way down from fullback. Whittlesey on centre wing. He'll kick it long. Whittlesey puts it up for Wilmot. Goes straight over the top of that player. McCormack caught by Walk. That was a good tackle. Butler boots it off the ground. And there'll be yet another throw in front of the scoreboard out there.
Did I say that Greg Whittlesey might get a bit tired? He was in that back pocket, Peter, and he was up on centre wing about 2 seconds later.
Yes, he's a very attacking player, Robert, and the great thing about that movement was the kick up forward. It's certainly beautifully aimed. Chance for Martin. He's in the pocket, onto the left boot, swings it around. Brooksby in front, and he punches it through for a point, taking the safe way out. Mervyn Kane there, flanked by former centre half back great there and Sandy Nelson, and also Paul Bagshaw watching the game as well.
David Kapler up the member stand wing. That's a better kick. Dewhurst, he certainly is finding a bit of form. Schneebichler, he's running on the spot a little bit, but he's moving pretty well ahead of Craig. Gets it across to Dewhurst. Well backed up, Craig Dewhurst. Nice evasion too as he comes back through the pack to give himself a bit of room onto a leg. Darryl Hewitt. Good mark over Jim Derrington. Sturt playing Derrington in defence today. He and Craig changing on the half-back line. It's a bad kick by Hewitt, but well done by Derrington nevertheless. He had to read it, and he did it well. Paul Hogarth, clean bowl. Gary Johns now with an opportunity. He's in trouble, though. He's running towards his opponent's goal. But he gets it out, and Shane Butler.
Butler back to Hewitt. He'll want to make amends. He chips away again, looking for Fairclough, finding that player. Fairclough may have to play on. He's all over the joint. The kick smothered. Spiel, Painter, Smith. Smith kicks into the open space. Walk and McCormack. Walk one, grab that. Was well done. Here's a chance now. Well done by Walk. Hogarth's got the ball. He's going to go long. All he has to do is kick straight. And he has. 7th kick. 2nd goal to Hogarth. And that is a vital one. Sturt 4-12, South 4-7 on 7's big lead.
As David Walk appears to me all day to be threatening to do something. His movement's very good in defence. He did a very good tackle a moment ago. He's getting to the fall of the ball. He's not having much luck. It's a very difficult position to play in that forward pocket. But on that occasion, he managed to get around and then send that handball out. That was well taken by Paul Hogarth and converted.
Sturt doing it pretty well. 18.5 minutes now into this third quarter as Comp gets the kick up to half forward. Players under the ball, flanking it is Moskeny. He's at half forward, the kick on the way, but he's way off beam with it. It was a good effort by Johns to get to him, to put him off balance, and it caused him to boot the ball out on the full. And Todd Viney getting ready to come back on for the Blues. He disappeared in the first quarter.
As Hogarth took his place, he certainly couldn't get into the game. There must be still something wrong with Todd Viney. He's obviously not as well as one would hope he would be. Gary Johns, just inside half-back with his 10th kick. Towards Spiel, Steckel. Flies off hands. Derrington gets back quickly. Dewhurst after him. Derrington goes for the line. Hasn't gone out. Derrington knocks it. And finally, it is forced over the line and out of bounds, with Sturt leading by 5 points. 4-12 to 4-7. As David Walk comes off and Todd Viney goes on. Whilst I think that the Walk was starting to look a bit threatening, the Sturt bench doesn't feel the same. Darryl Hewitt to Craig. Well done, Neil Craig. And he just knocks it away. There's a bit of pace in this game. Players with speed. David Kapler then putting all sorts of pressure on Neil Craig. He went to break away as he likes to do, but he was collared.
Christie off, Richardson on for the Panthers. Left half forward flank for South, and I feel they may be in a spot of bother at the moment. Fairclough and Moskeny kicking off the ground. Painter. Now Darren Kapler. Oh, great one grab. Tackle was good though. Frost. Troy on the ground. Gets it out. Hewitt. Quick to Martin. Martin kicks away. Here's a chance, Rick Davies. He's in front, the big fella. Couldn't mark it. A chance now for Sturt as they try to clear. Oh, good tackling down there by the south forward players. And the umpire will bounce it. Well done there, Mark Nayley on Underwood. Underwood tried to break away but couldn't. Rain threatening here at Football Park in this third quarter. Frost. Down it comes. Steckel and Moskeny. And there'll be yet another bounce.
Certainly not an enthralling game from the point of view of ball skills. There's a lot of competition. Both teams very, very quick to the ball. A lot of pace all over the ground. A lot of, I would say there's something like about 25 to 30 players up inside the South Adelaide half forward line. Subtract 14 from 38 and you'd be pretty close. 24 from 36. 22 players. So another bounce down. Everyone's playing man for man all over the ground, Peter. This is a little unusual. You usually see someone standing back on their own, but they're man for man. And that's why there's 4 goals apiece. Whittlesey, what a game he's played on his return. Worked very, very hard. Delina, great pace. Gary Johns. This young lady gets a free kick. We were talking about that one before. He took the big dive across the front, and he got the free kick as he brought the player down on top of him. I think the rules are made for players who stand up, not for players who lie down. The kick is strong, and Spill is too tall.
Yes, he was far too tall on that occasion, and he's worked hard, Frank Spill, as he always does. This is his 7th kick. It's a wobbly old one to the other side, or to the grandstand side of the ground. Troy in front. Flanking him is Butler. Now David Kapler, he'll be caught. Good tackle by Moskeny. Fighting hard for it in there is Reid. They won't get it out. And there'll be a bounce down left half forward flank for South. They can't score. 3-4 at half time. They've advanced to 4-7. Kicking away is Steckel. Barrett into the pocket. That'll go over the line again. And Sturt playing a pretty good game out there, showing a lot of common sense. Rick Davies up at full forward. He spent a lot of time today chatting to the runner because tactically a pretty difficult game, really. Players all around the ball again, and so we'll see another bounce.
Man for man. And it's almost point for point too. There's not a lot in it. It's been like it all day. Frost going for the knock with Steckel. It's Steckel who gets his hand on it. He gets it to Dewhurst. He's tackled. It's Craig's boot. And he runs it over the boundary line for another throw-in. Davies coming up this time. He's against Frost. Davies goes back. And see what happens when a player who knows what he's doing, got a bit of class, gives it straight to Martin, but he can't get it far enough. And Tony McCarthy, the player that Davies left, he takes the mark. McCarthy, member stand side. Spill spalling away from Richardson and out of bounds. 4-7 to 4-12. 5 points of difference, and the game just drags on.
South must do something in this next few minutes. That is a rainbow. We've seen a lot of rain. Having the ball, the crowd yell, and the umpire obliges. Troy has to give it up. Moskeny still fights with that player as Troy is brought back 15 to 20 metres. And Kavanagh it is, or Whittlesey. Kavanagh it was, who kicks it away. Troy, Hewitt. Hewitt goes short to half forward. Oh, Bennett couldn't mark it. It wasn't easy to mark. Davies with a slick handball, or was it a throw? Steckel. Davies again, tries to get it out. Reid gets it away, but he copped one over the shoulder, and he'll get a free kick. So Sturt playing a very good quarter. Reid with a handball to Moskeny. He goes this way, that away, then kicks to centre wing. Who's holding on to who? Darren Kapler. Had nowhere to go. Johns cleverly back to Richardson. I think I knew what he was doing. Steckel couldn't mark the ball. Frost reads it beautifully. He's kicked superbly to centre half forward. Oh, players have tripped over themselves. Now Derrington lines it up. Great kick, Derrington. Brilliant goal, his first from his 7th kick. That's a vital one. Sturt 5-12, South 4-7 on 7's big lead.
What a difference it makes when a player can get hold of the ball and he really advantage it with distinction and ease. And David Frost's kick then was an immaculate one. It was over the top. Jeff Martin running back. I thought he was in a little bit of trouble there for a while. Player coming out from full forward. There was a very heavy collision. But Derrington, roving superbly, came through that line. And maybe they're missing Jim Derrington up and resting in that forward pocket.
25.5 minutes in. We're into time on. The big chap Richardson for the Panthers. Got his hand to it. Got back to Dewhurst. Up to half forward it goes. Craig leads in the race to the ball. He grabs it. Away he goes. Uses the left boot to advantage. Can't quite find Smith. Hogarth fighting for the ball. Smith again. And the umpire will bounce it on centre wing. An 11-point deficit now to the Panthers, and they're really looking down the barrel. Pushing wind uphill, as one of my contemporaries often says. We're on centre wing. Sturt by 11 points. Hogarth. McCormack, nowhere to go. Whittlesey off hands. The slick handball to Martin. Martin can see something out of the corner of his eyes. Obviously wasn't a Sturt player. Wilmot picks it up and kicks a goal. Oh, 2 in 2 minutes. First to Wilmot. That's a big break now. Sturt 6-12, South 4-7.
So that kick by Jeff Martin looked as though it was going across the goal. In fact, when it bounced, it was right in the front of the goal square. I think he saw Jim Derrington out the corner of his eye running down the other side, and he tried to kick it back to him. And the kick just carried enough to clear Philip Brooksby's hands, and coming in quickly, Sturt were able to get the goal through Ian Wilmot. So they're looking very good at the moment. That was a great attack by the ball boy, on the ball by Neil Craig a moment ago from the back pocket. He's standing in the back pocket, and they've changed around. They've got Derrington up forward.
Steve Bickler still at centre half back for the Panthers. The ball's eluding him, or he's eluding the ball, but he's not in the game. Holding the ball decision. Viney not happy with it. It'll go back to Fairclough with 20 metres, or 30 in fact. Fairclough takes off. He realises South needs goals. Davies at full forward. The big chap's got another one. Oh, he's a very good player, Davies. Can still win this game if he grabs enough of those. That South runner, I tell you what, he's a 19th man, that bloke. Umpire Weston's not too delighted with his appearance on the ground at all times. He's having a chat to Richardson now. 5 kicks, Davies. That is way offline. It was a much needed one, which they didn't get. So at the 3/4 time break, South 4-8, the Blues 6-12 on 7's big lead. Sturt by 16 points as we start the last quarter of this very important game here at Football Park. Richardson for South, but it was Spiel who got it away. The handball comes back to Delina from Underwood. Delina goes forward. Centre half back now, straight through the hands of the South defenders, but it comes out. A chance for Fairclough. In fact, Butler. The kick off the ground there by Johns. Through goes Martin. He got it from David Kapler. The handball now to Barrett. Steve Bickler is at centre half forward for South. They finally made the move. Painter couldn't pick the ball up, but he trapped it beautifully. He got it out to Spiel. Oh, straight to Troy from Spiel. Here's a big chance. Davies has got the set on it. The big chap can't mark it. Off hands it comes to Hewitt. Hewitt's kick away is not a bad one. The umpire makes moves. And in fact, a point is the result. So a good move there to South. Good start. 4-9 to Sturt 6-12.
Tony McCarthy to bring the ball in for Sturt. Outer side, good kick. Spiel can't complete the mark. Fairclough dumped as he kicks it around his body. McCarthy coming out, taking the chance and leaving Davies. And then he kicks for the boundary line and plays it safely. Gives himself a chance to recover back to full back. Sturt 6-12, South Adelaide 4-9. Spiel and Steckel. South have got 3 loose men back across the centre of the ground, so Sturt are going to have to run it out. Nailey's been pretty quiet since half-time. Fairclough with an opportunity. Propping, stopping, and then gives it to Craig. We've seen some pretty horrific things in the disposal department today. Offhands from Klomps, it was Barrett that squirreled away. Hogarth's tackled, then Klomps tackled. Finally, Johns across to Troy in the middle of the ground. Now South Adelaide running. Opportunity for Darren Kapler. Ooh, magnificent kick and movement. As he goes over the top, here comes Dewhurst. He's tackled though very well by McCarthy. Moskini, he's in a bit of strife, but he gets out of a good two-sided player, Adrian Moskini. He goes back towards Delina and Martin, and Carl Delina takes the mark.
It was a fine mark too. He really out-bodied Martin then, Carl Delina. Been a reasonable player. That's his 7th kick. Underwood in front of Nailey. He handballs to the centre of the ground. Smith is there for the Blues. The lead is on from Wilmot. Smith puts it up beautifully for that player. What a delightful kick. Wilmot had made a meal of it when he got there, and he's now within 45 metres of goal. This is his 4th kick, Wilmot. He's only booted one, but he really hasn't had many opportunities. No one out there has really. Wilmot's kick is a very good one. He splits the centre with that. Great goal, Wilmot. His 2nd. Sturt 7-12, South 4-9 on 7's big lead.
Well, Ian Wilmot has kicked the last 2 goals for Sturt, but Sturt just seemed to have that little bit extra in the ball skill department. Their ability to kick the ball, like Darryl Smith gave the object lesson then, as he kicked that ball into half forward, and it held up a little bit into the breeze as Wilmot put it onto his tummy, something that South Adelaide have not been able to do.
Well, South really have to do something now. Trailing badly, Richardson and Spiel, but Spiel's got more energy at that centre bounce. Troy takes it away. Nailey, can he get into the game? He's been a bit quiet. Goes up to half forward. No one really wanted it. Comes to ground. Fighting for the ball, McCarthy. The umpire says a push in the back. And umpire Kinnear has played that one all day. Get in front, fall over, and get a free kick. McCarthy goes to the outer side. Spiel under the ball. Spiel again had it. The kick came straight back to him. They're playing soccer out there. That was painted the last time. Came back though. South go forward through fair close. Steckles at centre-half forward. The quick kick away. Puts it out wide for Dewhurst. Oh, he had to take it, but he didn't. Moskini. Whittlesey. He'll boot it long. Punches the ball up to half forward. McCormack there. It went over that player. He got it back though. He did it well. Martin. Darren Kapler. Right boot back towards Dewhurst. Doesn't find that player. Found Whittlesey and he goes towards the line. It's very close to the line. Dewhurst has it. It's now out.
Players very tired. It's been a very scraggy game. Sturt 7-12, South 4-9. Spiel and Richardson. Troy over the back. Craig can't take it. Recovers well. Handball quickly misses Kavanagh's body, but it's got enough weight on it to carry to him. Smith is over there on his own at centre half back. The ball just running towards McCarthy, towards the goal. Davies coming in late. But Sturt have got too many people there. David Frost. It was he that kicked a magnificent kick last quarter that set Sturt on their way to their 2-goal lead, and it's another great kick. Coming across quickly, Michael Hogarth. He's come on the ground. Caught me by surprise here a bit. Paul Hogarth in there as well. Sturt are certainly using their interchange bets. And a free kick paid out there to the Sturt player, Jeff Martin. 5.5 minutes, last quarter. Jeff Martin, kick number 15. High in the air, Klomp setting himself in front. Spoiled away by McCormick. Kapler. And away goes South Adelaide.
Johns to centre wing. Whittlesey under the ball. He read it beautifully. The handball is out to Smith. Sturt has got all the run at the moment. The Panthers in trouble. McCormack's there at centre half back. Couldn't mark the ball. Down went Underwood. The umpire will bounce it. 33-54. It's a 21-point deficit that South is facing, and when you consider it's only scored 33 points so far in the game, it might find it hard to score 21 or even more than that to win it. Martin again onto the right boot, a quick snap away, a point. Sturt doing all the attacking now. 7-13 to South 4-9.
South Adelaide certainly fall away. I think it's their ball skills, Peter, that are causing them the most trouble. They can't get any smoothness. They make such hard work of everything. It's not their capacity to do work. It's terrific. Barrett scored away from him by Klomp. David Clapper leaves it alone. Can't take possession. Ball just flying clear. Craig. Spill went to kick it off the ground, but Troy was too quick. It's held to him. And so there'll be a bounce at centre half forward for Sturt. Spill just setting himself with Richardson. Richardson's got some height. Nothing happening. Klopp coming through strongly. Spill taps it forward. Wild kick away by Johns. Paul Martin gets the opportunity to get to it first. Delina goes to knock it towards the line and misses. Smith's up there for Sturt. He just taps it back through his legs to Painter. Very well done by John Painter. He knew that Paul Hogarth was there. Hogarth across towards Derrington. Derrington with the last-ditch dive, but he can't stop Bennett running away with the ball as he receives from Butler, and David Kapler clears.
Up towards Schneebickler. Good mark. John Schneebickler at centre half forward now. We would love to get him into the game. This is only his 6th kick. Davies is up there at full forward. He's the aim. The big chap flies. Off hands Nailey. He had it, then he lost it. McCarthy shovels it out. Craig gets through. He doesn't get through, in fact. And umpire Kinnear will bounce it. Just the defence side of centre half forward for the Panthers. Mervyn Kane, Paul Bagshaw and Philip Nelson. Steckel beaten again by Spiel. Spiel's been the most dominant big man. Certainly got his hands on the ball more than anyone. Nailey finding it pretty hard to get his feet out of the melee in there. Steckel against Spiel. Spiel again. Tackle applied by Schneebickler. Away goes Whittlesey. Brilliant handball to Delina. Delina doubles back towards the centre of the ground, then puts a long one up looking for Klomp. Oh, beautifully read by Martin. Brilliantly read indeed. What a great goal by Martin. That's the goal of the match. Read it off hands and slammed it through for his second. Sturt 8-13. The Panthers 4-9 on Seven's big lead.
That certainly was copybook footballers. Jeffrey Martin positioned himself in front of the pack, and he saw that Robert Klomp contested the ball and brought it to the ground. He made sure that when he received it, he had the full face of goal in front of him. And when Wilmot led and left the goal mouth open, then Martin just controlled the kick to the goal square. Very good piece of football by Sturt, and their skills just that little bit better than South Adelaide, and that's what's enabled them to enjoy this 28-point lead.
In fact, they've almost doubled the Panthers' score, and the Panthers just can't score. Troy with a big kick up towards half forward. McCarthy very intelligently slams the ball away, and we'll see a throw in front of the scoreboard. Left half forward flank for South. There's that runner again, having a chat to Rick. I tell you what, he's done some chatting out there, the little runner. Rick Davies in ruck now. Got the tap down towards Darren Kapler. Oh, brilliant pace, Darren Kapler. Got away with it, but the kick ineffective as Whittlesey recovers. He's played superbly, Whittlesey, for first up. Here's a chance now. South go forward. Half forward. David Kapler couldn't mark the ball. Frost leads in the race to it. In front of Schneebickler. Schneebickler tackles late. But Frost did it well. He took it to the line, and we'll see a throw in right half forward flank for South.
John Schneebickler having a few well-chosen words to David Frost there. Went ahead of him. I think he's had a few well-chosen words all day. I think it hasn't been John's day today. David Kapler. Darren Troy dropping into the half-forward line. In fact, I think he's playing at half-forward at the moment. Craig Dewhurst in the middle of the ground. This is his 11th kick. He's standing Peter Reid at the half-forward line. Craig in front. Neil Craig's back in defence. In the back pocket. I don't know what they've done with Whittlesey, but he seems to be more up in the middle of the ground at the moment. Paul Hogarth. Whittlesey's played a great game. That handball, not enough weight on it as he goes for Michael Hogarth. He in turn short to Martin. It's a good take by Jeff Martin. Nice balance too. Refused to fall over, even though the bump came. Derrington in the pocket. Jim Derrington started half back this afternoon, and he's been shifted up into the forward line. It was that move late in the third quarter that seemed to get Sturt organised. But Jim Derrington's kick, not good at all. He finds Gary Johns. Butler, back to Johns. Johns comes down the centre of the ground. Spiel and Richardson. Spiel punching it away. Bit of nice pace by Martin. Hogarth goes to kick it, then holds his leg up. Nice balance as Paul Hogarth shoots for goal. High in the air. Brooksby in front, and he takes the mark. Well done, Philip Brooksby.
Off he goes. I tell you what, there's time for South if they're good enough, but they're not looking too flash. Stephen Barrett puts it up towards centre wing. Martin's in front. 2 grabs, not paid. Through goes Delina. Delina with the left boot. Hops in front and takes the mark. Away he goes. Painter now. Runs through half forward. Over the top of it went Derrington. McCormack back on the ball. The umpire said he caught one in the face, so he'll take a free kick. Darren Kapler is in the centre now for South as we approach 10 minutes now in this last quarter. 2 South players missed it. Prompt with strength. Away he goes, Whittlesey. Now to Painter. Derrington, in fact, onto the boot, but he won't get a goal with that. In fact, he's gone right into the pocket. McCormack will clear for South. He'll put it out in the open. The running player out there is Dewhurst. Painter shows pace though. He's going to get there first, John Painter. He's got the ball and taps it away. In goes Hogarth. Michael Hogarth, in fact. Brings it back now to Paul Hogarth, and he marks a centre half forward.
Kick number 11. Paul Hogarth, Martin led. Sided against finding him. Decides to go for a bit of length. The wind holding the ball up. Klomp in front. He knows the ball's going to drop short. Wilmot off hands with his left foot. He scored. And he scored full points. Third goal. Ian Wilmot. 9-13 to Sturt. 4-9 to South.
Sturt far too good. Far too good indeed. They've really worked it out in this last half. They've stifled South. I'd agree with Robert. Their ball skill's a bit better. They're running it through half forward. Klomp's keeping the ball in there. Wilmot's come alive. He's kicked 3 goals in this second half, and that was superbly finished off by Wilmot for his 3rd goal.
7,357 people here at Football Park. I've seen a pretty ordinary game in terms of skills. Very competitive game. Sturt getting on top in this second half of the game. Moskeny to half forward. Johns high in the air. Paul Hogarth. He can't get away. Now Troy into the half forward line. Player coming across there. Schneebichler very quickly. Reed looked as though he had it well and truly under control. Schneebichler again. Goes for the ground. I think he's worked out that that's where you get the freeze in this game. It seems that if you get onto the ground, the chance of getting a free kick are much greater than if you stand up. Another bounce down. Spiel. Darryl Hewitt gets it away. He's back to half back. David Frost dropping back. Darren Joy. A nice little front on bump.
Yes, he went back a lot quicker than he intended then. Bennett's at half back. Couldn't mark the ball. Underwood right with him. Underwood did it well. Shoots out the handball. Hogarth got it clear. Here's Martin running into an open goal. Martin, and he's got another one. 20 kicks, Martin. He's best man on ground in my view. That's his 3rd goal. And Sturt career away now. 10-13 to the Panthers, 4-9.
Well, there's a lonely man standing down there. Rick Davies. Sturt full of running. Tony McCarthy's got so much energy he can run up from Rick Davies to congratulate everybody up in the centre of the ground. Rick totally disappointed as Jeffrey Martin tears South Adelaide asunder.
Back to the centre now, and really this has turned into an exhibition in this last quarter. Beautifully done. Spiel, Craig, Painter, away they go. Painter went the wrong way. Put it straight down the throat of Butler. Butler to centre wing. Martin leads. The ball beats Martin and his opponent out of bounds, so we'll see a throw in. And there he is. I reckon he's just about best man on ground, that runner. He's been everywhere. He's making some changes now. The Panthers made changes at 3/4 time, but as it turned out, it was a bit too late. Painter fights hard. He's worked hard in the second half. Here they go again. Klomp's involved. Also Craig. Every way, which way. Don't tell me Whittlesey is going to kick a goal. Away he goes with the left boot, but he's offline for a point. And what a game he's played. Greg Whittlesey. Sturt 10-14, South 4-9.
Whittlesey certainly has played a great game. He's been a great defender. I think he might be up in the centre of the ground at the moment. He certainly followed Craig Dewhurst up there when he went into the centre. He's got him into the game. Neil Craig went back into the back pocket for a short time. Been a lot of changes made by Sturt. Todd Viney went off early, then came back into defence. Now he's gone off again. He's obviously not in the best of condition, Todd Viney. Robert Klomp towards Jim Jerrington. An awkward bounce. Wilmot gets a chance to tackle McCormack, but McCormack's too good. His kick across the goal. High in the air. Delina spoils away. Bennett to Nailey. Nailey towards Schneebichler. Frost from behind. Good spoil too by David Frost. Craig coming in for Sturt. Puts his body in front. Holding ball. Didn't knock the ball out. Looking for a free kick. It's been the first one that hasn't been paid to someone on the ground. Darren Troy now. He sees Steckel on lead at centre half forward. Darren Kapler to David Kapler. Tony McCarthy taking the chance to get out there, but tapping it out of bounds is Adrian Moskini. So Sturt 10-14-74, leading South Adelaide 4-9-33.
Cramp, it would appear, to Moskini. He's covered a bit of ground. Rick Davies would naturally be a little bit disappointed in this effort, particularly in the second half when South have only scored one goal. Davies has got it again. He puts it on its way. Here's a chance, Steve Bickler behind. Smith in front. Reid tears away with the ball and kicks out, but not on the full. So we'll see a throw in the left forward pocket. Rick Davies there, and you'll see him on World of Sport tomorrow. Pretty hard situation when you're playing and you've got a coach as well. It's all right when you're winning, but it's pretty tough when you're losing. Martin, a quick kick away. It went past Smith. Here's a chance, Nailey. He'll kick a goal right from that spot. No worries at all. A belated one to the Panthers. 11 kicks, 1 goal, Mark Nailey. South 5-9, Sturt 10-14.
Well, South are due to score a goal sooner or later, but they haven't got into attack with any degree of surety all day. Their teamwork just hasn't been there. There's been a lot of effort. I don't think it's a matter of not being fit enough. I think it's a matter of being able to find the body up through that half-forward line to deliver the kick as they come through the centre a little bit more accurately, perhaps being able to find a space over the back. They haven't been able to do it this afternoon, and a few times that they've got it in fairly deep, Greg Whittlesea's been there, and he certainly rebounded very strongly.
Umpire Rick Kinnear puts the ball down for Spiel again to Painter. Painter with a wobbly kick away was pushed off balance on the kick. Delina again. Up through half forward. His aim is Klomp. Klomp in front. Barrett pushed it away. It came out again though to Martin. Martin wheels one around the corner looking for young Hogarth. Paul Hogarth. He's kicked 2 goals. A good effort. He did that superbly too. Klomp, he finds. And Klomp will be 50 metres out. They're not easy to kick from there. Robert Klomp had a real box on with Sneezer in the second quarter. He's gone short. The lead is on. Martin again. I tell you what, he's ripped South apart, this player, Jeff Martin. He's run all over the forward lines. He's booted 3. And this will be his 22nd kick. That's a point. Sturt 10-15. The Panthers 5-9.
I don't know whether my scoring's accurate, but I've got something like 3 goals, 5, Peter, to Jeffrey Martin. So obviously he's had a lot of kicks. He's played very well indeed up forward for Sturt. Klomp to Craig. Painter. Very calm. And kicks it long into the goal square. Brooksby's read it best, but he doesn't take the mark. It's in the area of the skills that South Adelaide are certainly having some trouble. Butler. He clears to the outer side. Dewhurst out there with Craig. Over the top to Martin. Craig recovering. Well followed on by Michael Hogarth though. Stopped the run on. Certainly worked hard. He finds Paul Hogarth. He's shown a great turn of speed since he's come on. Certainly got some very quick players. And Darryl Smith this time decides he'll run forward into the forward line. And he's found himself in the forward pocket unattended. It's his 8th kick. Sorry, 13th kick on 5 short. So Darryl Smith. Very tough kick into this breeze. He scored the first goal. He's offline on this occasion for a point. 10-16 to Sturt, 5-9 to South Adelaide, and that 14 scoring shots for South certainly isn't good enough.
No, it certainly isn't, as Brooksby goes to the outer side of the ground. Cormack out there, but Smith again. Good mark. And he really is a very good player, Darryl Smith. He's waiting for opportunities. He's going to go long. Wilmot, I'm not too sure about that free kick. I don't think it was Brooksby's fault. Wilmot was certainly tripped, but I think he got his leg caught up. in Brooksby's rather than the other way around. Well, that's pretty hard to work out, that.
I understood that, Peter.
Thanks, Robert. That makes 1 out of about 300,000. Kick number 6, Wilmot. Dead centre. In fact, not quite dead centre, but he got the goal. That's his fourth. Sturt career away, 11-16 to South 5-9.
Yes, Sturt a little bit fortunate there to get a free kick. Nevertheless, it was a trip, and the umpire judging that Brooksby interfered on the way in. The 5-9 that South Adelaide have scored certainly hasn't been good enough. They're 14 shots for goal. They've got to be scoring in excess of 10 goals a match. I would think 16 goals here at Football Park would be a very good score, but somewhere between 12 and 14 at Football Park on a day like this would be what is required.
Sneezes in ruck now. Spiel slams it away. Here they go again. Craig took it from centre half forward, then from Underwood. A chance now for Martin again. He has seen Hogarth. That's Paul Hogarth. Back to Martin. Martin finessing a bit now. He's had a field day. Onto the left boot. What a great kick, Martin. Oh, brilliant kick. That's the goal of the match. What a superb kick at goal. 4 goals, Martin. Best man on ground. 12-16 Sturt. South 5-9.
Well, it's certainly been one of those days with Jeffrey Martin. His second half has been absolutely superb. It has been he that's generated the movement up forward for Sturt. His ability to read the ball off hands and to keep the ball moving in through that half-forward line has been absolutely excellent.
Well, what top football. 23 minutes gone in the last quarter, and Sturt are really going for percentage now, and Spiel is absolutely murdering them in the middle. Plomp with hard work. Whittlesey through half forward. Didn't get a really good attempt at the kick then, but Wilmot comes through. Good tackling there by Brooksby. Brooksby goes over the top with the handball. McCormack now aims for the line, and we'll see a throw in left forward pocket for the Blues.
Well, I feel fairly certain that Neil Craig and Greg Whittlesey are changing in defence. It seems that they're changing in the back pocket. Craig just going back there to rest. Sturt have done a few interesting things this afternoon. They've made quite a few changes, Mervyn Kane. The Hogarth boys have come on. Viney's gone off. They've tried to generate some pace to see if they get themselves going. High tackle there on South Adelaide defender, Michael Bennett. And he'll have a free kick. Certainly not much run left in South Adelaide at the moment. One player providing a little bit out there, David Kapler. He's got Paul Martin running further afield. His kick is very well placed. It's one of the few times, and then David Martin, or rather Paul Martin, wrecks it by dropping the ball, but they've recovered to Dewhurst. He goes high in the air. Steckel coming across, and the ball is out of bounds on the full. Neil Craig will take the free kick. He's deep in the back pocket for Sturt. Smith is across the ground. Troy's playing cat and mouse, hoping that Craig will kick it across there. Kick number 9. Spiel high. He can't take the mark. Not too many people are taking too much at all at the moment. The ball's got a lot drier. Frost to half forward, Klomp in front. He's tried to make front position all day. Good strong play by him. Bennett for South Adelaide. He clears.
Good mark out there, Sneebickler. Now Darren Kapler, and we're moving into time on. Last quarter. McCarthy, Davies, big leap, but he couldn't quite bring it in. A chance, Steckel. He lines it up from 50 metres out. Gee, that's not a bad attempt, but it just misses. South 5-10, Sturt 12-16. And South have only scored 2 goals, 6 in the last half, which of course is not nearly good enough against the Blues today. They've done it well. Smith from McCarthy. Now Delina. The run's on. Over the top it'll go to Underwood. He runs through half forward. Slips over through half forward, in fact. Sneebickler. Couldn't do much with it. Plump handballs to nowhere. Now Butler. Johns. And he aims it back towards David Kapler. Bretton Honor went through. He still goes through, and he gets the handball from Bennett. Now Troy. Troy through half forward. Got through the tackle. The leader's on from Davies. He went straight through that player. Back on it now, McCarthy. McCarthy fell over. Davies is on him like a flash. Moschini clears for the Blues to Frost.
Frost's in the pocket. Done some good things too, David Frost, today. Always a very good kick, and he clears on this occasion to the outer side and out of bounds. We're into the time-on period of the last quarter. Sturt have been just that little bit better all day. South looked as though they were going to take it away for a while, but their skills just haven't been quite good enough to capitalise on the chances that they've had through half forward. Paul Hogarth, nice turn of speed, nice evasion too. Gets the ball forward to Whittlesey. What a great game he's had. Painter, Martin again. That's a bad handball by Painter. Martin's got the balance. He's having a field day. Well blocked by Michael Bennett, but Sturt are in it all the time. Now Klomp, sheer strength round his body. Shepherding by Wilmot. Derrington can't tackle, but he does in the end. Paul Hogarth shoveling across to Painter. Round his body, Philip Brooksby.
He's a strong player. Wilmot's done well to get 4 on him. Brooksby to Barrett. Back to Barrett. Barrett to Delina. Tell you what, Delina will just about kick a goal from here. Lines it up from half forward. Bangs it, drills it. But it's a point. Just touched on the line. Sturt 12-17, South 5-10. 29 scoring shots to 15. Sturt has certainly been dominant.
Kick out. Bennett tries to half. Whittlesey's up there to tackle him. David Kapler to Bennett. Brenton Honor. Honor just short towards Schneebickler. John Schneebickler, he's moved from centre half forward up to the half back flank to receive that kick. Frost coming across, tries to spoil. Didn't touch. Troy. Long handball to Christie. Christie's got an opportunity now as he gets it forward to Dewhurst. Dewhurst going in short to Davies. That's a good kick. And at about the 28 minutes into the last quarter, South find the semblance of some sort of array as they go forward. So Rick Davies about 30 metres out. The kick is straight through the centre, so South Adelaide scoring their 6 goals. There's 6 goals 10 to Sturt 12-17, 3 goals to Rick Davies.
It's good movement down grandstand side there. Saw Dewhurst on the end of it all, and his pass to Davies was spot on for Rick to kick his third. But got some thinking to do, South, about their future, or about their games just around the corner, because Sturt have looked a very accomplished side today. Attitude right and plenty of good teamwork.
Frank Spill and Schneebickler in the ruck now. Spill just tapping it forward once against to Fairclough. Back to Schneebickler. The umpire gives a free kick to South. They don't want it. David Kapler does a back screwy into the forward line. Nailey coming from behind. He looks as though he's got a bit flat in the last quarter, but got the opportunity to kick his second goal. 7-10 now to South Adelaide. Sturt 12-17.
Gee, that was sleight of hand there to Rick Davies too. The ball came through to him as quick as a flash. It went out in the opposite direction. He really wrong-footed these Sturt defenders. Back to Nailey, and Nailey slammed it through for his second. But these are belated goals to South, although it's good to see them running on. 7-10 now, Sturt 12-17.
Frank Spill and Schneebickler again. See if Frank Spill can find a man this time. He does. He finds David Kapler. But he can't get it away. Smith, Honor, Whittlesey, Delina can't. Now Michael Bennett. Very high to full forward. Craig setting himself. McCarthy from behind. Bounces off his chest. As the siren calls the end to a game that perhaps lacked a lot for a long part of it. But in the last quarter, Sturt running out easy winners. 12 goals 17, 89 to South Adelaide. 7 goals 10, 52.